So the radiator at the moment is upside down, so this would be the other side, but the back of it is holding water, that side's holding water, where I thought the leak was coming from there. Yeah, so this is the bottom. I mean, the fins are a bit knackered on it, but you won't really know it's got a leak from just pouring water in, because the system will pressurise up when it gets warm. So yeah, be trial and error. We fill it full of water first, and then run up to temperature and see how it is. Wheel off, let's see how bad this is. There's one little thing you notice, you got the nuts on, a little tiny bit of copper grease. I've had it before, I've had like, kind of looked after it, do you know what I mean? None of this cross-threading and stuff, so it's been into a garage, it's pretty decent setup. Ooh, yeah, it's looking pretty grim. That's a nice little strap, isn't it? Yep. That's fucked. That's pretty fucked. That's not too bad on that side, actually. That feels alright there. Yep. These are Lockheed, the brakes then. So it's just a single pot piston. That brake line needs replacing. Where does that run to? Oh, up there into that flexi. That flexi feels alright though. How bad is it from the back? Yeah, that's alright as well. That brake line down here is alright. So that's not too bad. Yeah, all the bushes on that need replacing. I am impressed with the tech on this car. Anti-roll bar, 1977. I mean, discs on the front, drums on the back. I suppose this was like it was a sports car. Can't say any major wrong. I do need to undo pipe there for the cooling system, which runs around there through that steel pipe there. So yeah, we're not going to start touching this yet until we get the engine running and the cooling system running. That outrigger seems alright as well. Nice. What is that? I don't know. Engine mount feels okay. You really can't really tell there's weight on it like that. Power steering. Yep. Yeah. This is where I wish I had a bit of an airline, like just gunk it up and give it a real good clean down, but yeah, both sides are off now, just visually checking. Look at that. That's fucked. Absolutely fucked. So, get disc pads as well. Probably take that caliper off, new seals and that. I'm just going to have to, I mean, yeah, figure that out when we get to that end, but I think I can get some bits ordered actually, the whole new front setup. Yeah, I'll figure that out, but next job is that coolant pipe off. Yep, boy. Yeah, so I'm going to bring that coolant pipe off, like I said a second ago. I've done the majority of the fuel pipes. There's just this last one here. That Jubilee clip is going to be knackered, so I'm just going to be like, bzz, job's a good one. That's one thing about Jubilee clips. fuck them off. Don't fuck them off, obviously replace them. But when they're like that, you're just like, that. I can't be arsed with that. Not going to work. So yeah. Like I say, simply grind through with your Dremel. And nice little cut. Adios amigo. I mean, there's no use for that anyway. I couldn't really get it. I couldn't get it going. So that's the one I was pissing around with yesterday, but the others are majority off now. So that one's done. I just noticed there's coolant pipe down here. So they're going to do the same trick on that one there for the water pump. Because I can't be arsed attempting that, and it's going to have a new one anyway. So that pipe is off. Shut, cut through it with that. But you got a little bit, not damage. Well, the pipe seems to be pretty knackered anyway. I'll put it off in a sec. I just gotta get to this 1/2-inch bolt for the bottom of the coolant pipe. I'm a bit worried about how fucking sticky wet that power steering rack is. Like it's got a leak, most likely. Yep, most likely. So, like I say, yeah, I'm just undoing this bit here. What does amaze me is this cable. And I want to say it's something regarding brake pad wear sensor, maybe. Because I think the speedo on this is run off the gearbox, or... yeah, I think it is final drive area, due to the air not having ECU or anything. But, like... brake pad wear sensor, maybe? I'll find out when I get the pads off, but that's what I feel like that is, because that there, when that cable was fed into the pads, there's a little plug on the top. So, yeah, but this little plug seems to be going nowhere. I don't want brake pad wear sensors anyway. They're a load of shit. Fucking get rid of all that. I don't want anything telling me what's wrong with my brakes. Good boy. So, like I was saying before in my other video, tool-wise on this is so basic. There's the pan that sits there, hammerite that black. But I just want to talk about the car itself. So there is quite a lot to do, but this isn't my daily, so I don't think many people have this as a daily now anyway. So it can just be left sat on the sands. And I don't have a workshop. I mean, I've got friends and family that have workshops, and I'm a fully qualified engineer, mechanic. It's not my current profession, but it's what I did when I was younger. So I know how to do this. It's a very simple, super simple engineering, no ECUs or anything. But one thing you've got to remember is, with these engines being the 3-litre V6, they're very old style engines, so the push rod, and there's no timing belt or chain, it's just a timing gear, has a push rods that do the valves, and they're not like twin cam or anything, like they're just a single cam and one inlet and one exhaust valve for each cylinder. So it's not like the newer vehicles. So if you spent time looking at newer vehicles and you're involved with that, these would be a bit different to think about and work on. Like for instance, you've got this carb here, and I know how carbs work and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You've got your Venturion and stuff like that, and your floats and your jets, but some of the older boys and stuff, they can really tune these up, and that's something a little bit beyond my time. Like I aren't aware of how to do that unless I studied at it, and there's a lot of data out there, but it is a bit you'd have to be pretty clued up on what you're looking for. So knowing someone like, I know my uncle, like, for instance, knows these engines inside out, so if I had issues I could speak to him about it. I'm on the forum or the Facebook group for the. Everyone seems dead helpful, in fairness. So if you ever think about getting a car like this, make sure you've got a bit of depth behind you and a little bit of background, or you know someone. I would not advise someone to just go out and get a car like this. I mean, the only reason I got this car is because it was cheap. It was cheap and it was pretty structurally sound, and it ran. It's MOT exempt, tax exempt. The insurance for the classic insurance is extremely cheap, and online they do anywhere from 20 to 30 miles to the gallon. I mean, that's exaggerating. Everyone says you get mid 20, 25s. Some obviously get 28. I know I've seen a normal 30, but the reason you get that high, I'm waffling on a bit, the reason you get high miles out, you've just got a steel frame that runs straight underneath the car, that engine, but all this is fiberglass, so it's super lightweight for the size of the vehicle, and also you've got alloy wheels on it as well, so it's a lot of weight reduction. I know I've waffled on a little bit, but I wouldn't necessarily take a task up like this if you was not confident at it. And also welding wise, there isn't a great deal of weld. There's only 2 bits I've seen that need welding on this, and that's from just visually looking. I might find more when I get further back that there is more issues with it, but a lot of this stuff is you don't need a computer. Say you've got your power steering rack there, or you sprung a leak, or you could take this off and send it for a recon, or you could recon it yourself with the seals if you had the correct setup maybe. But yeah, it's very simple style stuff. But you've got to remember, you've got to treat these engines how they were treated in the 70s. You're not going to just start jumping on the motorway and racking up miles like you would in a Golf TDI. I'm not saying these won't do that, but you've got to check your valve clearances and stuff on a regular basis. It's carbed on this. When you start it, it's actually auto choked, this one is, but like these auto chokes, for instance, they can be a pain. Earthing issues, like, I mean, you've got that earth, like, you can't earth on the fiberglass, you've got to earth to the chassis, and everything then has to be earthed to that chassis. So for instance, if you look at down here where your setup is, you got this little earth strap here, and if you look further around, you can see how damaged that is. So even if you bought one of these with some type of knowledge, well, I'm learning at this now with this era of car, but this earth strap, for instance, if that went, you'd have earthing issues maybe around this area, electronic issues. So yeah, you really have to do your research, and you got to remember that this is an old car. So I'm not expecting wonders from it. I'm just expecting to enjoy it on a Sunday and go for a blast, and the sound of this V6 is immense. It sounds just so well on this car. It's got I've just parked it in the bit near my house. It's free parking here, no one ever uses it. I've got my van there, but here we've got these twin exhaust pipes. It just sounds immense. But yeah, now this side's off as well now, so this side isn't looking too bad. I mean, I'd replace these in pairs anyway. There's a grease nipple there, which would be part of your maintenance. Like I was saying before, this is a long-winded video, I do apologise, but I was saying before, like if you jumped in a Golf and you could get all these miles, but on this you'd have set schedules of actually greasing these up, which is unheard of today. Absolutely unheard of. There's another earthing strap. That doesn't look too bad. You see, it looks like it may be getting caught and worn down there, so yeah. But yeah, my old battery's out. I've got a new one at home now. There's no point putting it on, it's just on the maintenance charger at the moment. Like I say, it's a long-winded video. I'll be putting this video up with just regards to front wheels off and whatever. But yeah, I haven't done a lot on it this evening. That's the whole point of having it, is just instead of sitting in front of the TV and watching Netflix on a nice day like today, I can just put some tools in the boot and come up here and have a fiddle. There's just me at home this week, so it's just me and the dog. So it's just nice to come up here and have a play around. And I mean, I've got bits on order now for it, and now I can add. I haven't ordered them yet. I've just got them in the watch, in the basket in the car, because the front now, from here, from this part of the vehicle that way, I want to get a list together, get the front end assembled, everything done there, and then move on gearbox, and then do the gearbox underneath the vehicle, and rear brakes as well. And then that there is done. It will run and hopefully will move, and then I can have it outside the house and do the interior then. The interior I'm not too fussed about. I'm a very simple person. It has a seat and a steering wheel, and it works. Whereas like some of the carpet is a bit iffy, the roof lining is a bit iffy. So me and my partner will go through that together and do that to whatever spec we like at the time. Or fits in with the era. But yeah, like I said, I know I'm waffling on a bit, but there's just plenty of classics out there you can get your teeth in, especially for cheap. This didn't set me back a lot at all, to be honest. So yeah, fingers crossed, it all looks pretty sound. And yeah, that's just another quick update on the car. I've not done anything really, but yeah,